Okay, so right here we got a zero-turn mower. It's obviously a little dark. We're actually working in the shed, not the garage. Don't want to get oil all over the place, so always be mindful. You want to wear some old clothes when you're changing oil, as well as not do it in a nice place, so unless you have some nice stuff down. So what we got here, we got an oil pan, and then we're going to start changing oil. So always before you start working on any kind of engine, I always would suggest making sure it's not going to be able to start. So on this mower, we have two spark plugs. We have one right here, so we're going to go ahead and unplug it. All that we did is we just unplugged it from the spark plug, as well. Sorry about the horrible lighting, as well as one over here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to unplug that. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. So now both spark plugs are unplugged. Now next is this right here. So this is your drain plug. Zero turns, depending on where you're looking, they might be in different spots. So now I'm gonna put you guys down quick, if I can. I'm going to zoom out. So here we are. So we're looking at this, right? So now we're going to grab 2 wrenches. Conveniently, I already set up to the right width for this. And then, so you never want to just, this top wrench, you never want to just use that and not the bottom one, because then you might rip it out of the line, which would be horrible. So now you're going to just start loosening the top. Be mindful, you want to keep it up in the air, not facing down, because this is where your oil is going to come out of. So now we got it. We got it loose. So now we can just take one hand and easily spin it right off. So like I said, this is where your oil is going to come out of. So be mindful of that. Keep it up in the air. I'm going to take this, put it somewhere I'm not going to lose it. So I have a little thing over here. I'm going to put it in. Now we got an oil pan down here. So we're going to gently maneuver this without hopefully losing any oil yet. Down around all the wires that they inconveniently place. Down into the pan. Now, let's see. We're going to open up the top of the oil so then there's airflow. Pull out that. Put that down there. Move the light. And now the oil is going to start draining. So on zero turns, this is typically an extremely long process. So now we're going to sit here and wait for it to come out. And yeah, we'll be back in a couple minutes once it's all drained. Okay, so now while the oil is still draining, right here we have a oil filter wrench. So this is for the oil filter. I'm gonna get this on here. So you just want to grab it. You don't want to hold it too tight or else you'll bend the whole thing. Then you're just gonna gently twist it off. So you gotta be mindful, yet again, oil will spill out of here all over the place. I've learned that the hard way, unfortunately. So you can get it loose to the point where you can get it off with your hands. I'd recommend taking a paper towel or something. You want to do this very quickly. So you want that underneath there. You're going to untwist it, but as you're twisting it, keep pressure against the engine block so oil does not go anywhere, because that seal was horrible. And now that you have it about off, you're going to, oh no, it's still not there actually. Keep going. It takes a little while sometimes. There it is, it's off. Flip it over, and then you're going to want to keep it there for a second because there's still oil spilling out. And there's actually a lot of oil spilling out still, jeez. So just give it a second. I waited about 3 minutes since you saw me last in the last video until I came up here. But obviously there's still a lot of oil in the engine. So once you start draining oil, you want to wait about 5 minutes or so till it all comes out. But as you can see, it's just draining out the old oil filter. It's just a little bit coming out. So you just want to let it catch it there, so, in the old filter. So it doesn't go all over the place. Otherwise you make a big mess. It's about done now. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm just going to go put this down in the oil pan. Okay, so now that the oil is basically done draining, we're going to start off. We're going to put the oil plug back on. So let me see if I can somehow set this up, which I can't. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take the end that we took off earlier and just gently put it in there, screw it on, make sure you're not going to cross thread it or anything. For now, I'm just going to go as tight as I can with my hands. Doesn't have to be crazy yet. So that's on there pretty decent. So now this is our new oil filter right here. Remember, we took one off a couple minutes ago. So now that we have that plug on, we have our new oil right here. So ask your dealer, look at your owner's manual for what you use. It's going to genuinely be 10W40 or 10W30, depending on what kind of engine you have, obviously. So for this, I always like to, it depends on who you are, what you do, but I always like to fill this up about a quarter or half the way. Some people don't put any in it, but I go, this is a little full actually, but it doesn't matter. You want to fill it up. You always want to put oil on the top, and this is your seal right here, obviously along the outside, but you want to make sure you kind of rub the oil around on that outside ring, not on the seal, but inside it, just to make sure you don't scrape anything. So now it's the same process. You're going to put it down here. You're going to tilt it sideways very quickly if you can and tighten it up as fast as you can, which I am struggling with now, that is for sure. Quickly. It's all just hand tight right now. So, snug it up. Now you can feel that seal's grabbing, so you don't have to worry about oil spilling all over the place. And tighten it. Okay, so now we're back. So we got a nice funnel. Make sure it's nice and clean. Get any dust out that might be in there. You're gonna put it right there. And we got our oil. So always look at your book, the owner's manual, to see how much oil it takes. This mower takes about a quart and a half of the 10W40. So you're going to slowly pour it in there, not that fast, because it's almost going to go over the side of the funnel. It takes a while. You got to remember, it's not a lot of airflow. So it is a very slow process. Once again, can't rush it. Great saying, can't rush perfection, you know? Far from perfection, but. So yeah, this is a slow process. You just feed it in, takes it down. Just keep going slowly but surely, pouring it in. And yeah, we'll come back in a second, show you how to check the level that you're at, and show you that you're all good to go. Okay, so now here we are, we're back. I just finished filling up. As you can see, I made a little mess taking the funnel out, but it is what it is. So here, this is your dipstick. You're gonna drop it in, close it, take it out. So far, it looks pretty good, so you're just going to wipe it off on a paper towel. If I had two hands, I'd do it better. Drop it back in, close it, sit there for a second, pull it out, and as you can see, that oil is right where we want it, right on the middle, bottom of that dipstick. So that's perfect for right now. So that's that. Put that back in there. This funnel's just dripping all over the place. So we're going to put that outside. But other than that, we're pretty much done now. So we're going to go back to the back of the mower. And yet again, we're going to just end up, I'm going to put you back here. And we're just going to tighten this back up quick. Tighten the drain plug back up. I can find my wrenches, which here they are. So once again, you just grab the bottom with a wrench. And you can use an adjustable wrench. You can use whatever you have. Whatever you have available. Let's see if we can get this back here. So there's the bottom wrench on. I'll put the top wrench on really quick. Adjust them to the right size. I'm going to tighten them up quick. Boom. You have a better wrench. Don't use adjustable wrenches. They suck. Can't just get it to the right size. Great. Just keep tightening it. You want this pretty snug. You don't want oil going all over the place on you. You don't have to go crazy with them. So as you can see, snug it up, whatever. Good enough, not going anywhere. Now you're gonna plug your spark plugs back in so the mower can start up again. Oh, wait, I'm showing you. Now you plug your spark plugs back in so the mower can start back up again. It's kind of a pain, especially where these ones are located. Yet again, if your mower is at that interval where you need to change the spark plugs, you know where they are. They're going to be on the side of your block. You usually have two. It's a V-twin, so that means you got two spark plugs. And push it in, lock it in, as well as the one on this side yet again, which is right here. Push it in. But if your mower is at the interval where you do need to change the spark plugs, you just take a wrench to it, loosen it up, put the new one in, tighten it. You can use the wrench to tighten it. Just do not tighten it too hard or else it'll get stuck there forever. It's always important to check out your air filter as well, which luckily for me on this mower, it is right here. So it's pretty simple. You just pop this off. And I just clean this out so it doesn't need to be cleaned. But if you needed to, you just should unscrew right out. Take the whole thing out. You can blow it out with an air compressor, or if it's that bad, you can put a whole new one back. You can put a new one in, but it's usually not necessary for a new one unless if you have not cleaned yours in a long time. But make sure you do that every 50 hours, or if it's a fall time, you're mulching up leaves, do it a little more often. And that's basically it. With the oil that is in the drain pan down here, I will dump it back into the bottles that I just emptied out. Then you can bring it to any dealership that does oil change. And that's all you need to know how to do maintenance on your lawnmower. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.